Let's talk about the keto diet. My name is Dr. Droliviajoseph. I've been a functional medicine practitioner for 20 years. And even though the keto diet has gained a lot of popularity, gained a lot of fans, and also some non-fans in the most recent years, the keto diet is definitely not a new diet. It's just become a little bit more popular and trendy recently. And we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and what the keto diet really is and what it does. So a ketogenic diet is often done wrong. I hate to say that. A ketogenic diet is not one that is only meat-based. It is not one that's only meat, egg, and dairy. It is not a carnivore diet, and a ketogenic diet isn't actually a high protein diet. So if you're consuming too much protein while you're on a ketogenic diet, you can pull yourself out of ketosis. So if you are truly on a ketogenic diet, I do recommend checking your ketones. So there's a few different ways you could do that. There's some continuous glucose monitors, there's breath ketone testing, there's urine ketone testing. But we want to make sure, if on a urinalysis, for example, we want to make sure that ketones are present, but we also want to make sure you're not spilling protein, because if you're spilling protein, what that means is your body's breaking down muscle tissue. So if you're spilling protein and you're on a ketogenic diet, you're either not eating enough protein or you're eating too much. It's usually one of those two things. The other thing can happen when you're on a ketogenic diet is sometimes people experience a keto flu. What that means is they're very achy, they're tired, they don't feel good, they have headaches, they're nauseous, they're dizzy, they're lightheaded. If you're experiencing that, you probably need to incorporate some ketone salts, which are butyric acid. They're not only good for gut health, but those ketogenic salts or those ketone salts are helping to keep your electrolytes balanced. So if you are experiencing that, you might want to incorporate some of those keto salts. But one of the things you could do to prevent that is to have the right salt in your diet. So mineral-rich salts such as Celtic sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, or even using good quality electrolytes in your water daily will help prevent that. It also helps prevent some of the muscle cramping that can occur when you're in a state of ketosis. So it sounds like I made the keto diet sound bad, right? Some of you might be like, well, what's the benefit of a ketogenic diet? So a ketogenic diet was initially researched and designed for people with seizures and seizure disorders. So we know that a ketogenic diet is very good for people with seizures or seizure disorders. Ketogenic diet is also really good for people with cystic fibrosis. So it's beneficial for other things too. I would say that a ketogenic diet is helpful, beneficial, and useful for anybody with a cognitive decline. So if you have a cognitive decline because of a genetic predisposition towards Alzheimer's, if you have a cognitive decline because of some genetic condition or disorder, because your hormones declined, you had a hysterectomy at an early age, or you're a man with low testosterone, following a ketogenic diet could be useful. The only thing with a ketogenic diet is you really have to chart your food until you get the hang of it. You have to make sure you're eating enough fat, and I don't recommend just any fat. I don't recommend you go nuts with butter and milk and cream cheese. Yeah, those are high-fat foods, but those are also foods that are mucus-producing and inflammatory. So if you are following a ketogenic diet, I recommend healthy fats such as avocados, avocado oil, omega-3 fatty acids, fatty fish, extra virgin olive oil. I recommend healthy fats, not just bacon and butter. Another thing I recommend is you have your C-reactive protein levels monitored. That's checking your inflammation. We want to see your inflammation is really low on a ketogenic diet. The other thing we want to keep an eye on is your lipids. We want to see if a ketogenic diet can improve cholesterol. So I'm not saying that it makes cholesterol go up. What I'm saying is we should check to see what's happening. Another thing you got to be careful of with a ketogenic diet is if you have a bad gallbladder, sometimes eating a really high-fat diet can cause some problems, which can lead to nausea, diarrhea, loose stools, greasy stools, discolored stools, even pain under the right side of the rib cage, or pain into the shoulder blade as a result of gallbladder referral pain. So sometimes taking digestive enzymes is useful if you're going to do a ketogenic diet to help you break down all of that fat. So there are modified keto diets, and modified keto diets are not quite as restrictive, but you can still get a lot of the benefits of the ketones. And there are also nutritional supplements that you can take to help push your body into a state of ketosis if you're not following a ketogenic diet per perfectly. So I do recommend people still consume fiber while on a ketogenic diet. So I am a fan of eating vegetables while you're on a ketogenic diet. We just tend to push you towards more low glycemic vegetable eating and not exclusively having your diet be protein and fat. So that's the right way to do a keto. There is a wrong way to do keto. There are pros, there are cons, and it's not the only diet with benefit out there. Sometimes we just have to modify it to fit your needs based on what your family history is, based on what your goals are, based on if you're a performance athlete or not, if you're a woman or a male, what your hormones look like. So sometimes we want to modify your diet based on what it is you're trying to achieve or what symptoms you're currently experiencing. So if you want to get more information, more testing, work with someone one-on-one a little bit more clinically, feel free to reach out to my team at The Wellness Connection. We'll be more than happy to connect you with one of our functional health practitioners and connect you to the right testing so we can stop guessing when it comes to your health.